it's your girl Nation. I'm back with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be 5 signs or 5 ways to tell if your man really loves you. And let me just say, it's only 5. I'm only giving you 5, but there's way more than 5, of course, but I'm just giving you, to me, the most important 5, the 5 that he needs to do. Okay, he needs to do. All right, let me stop putting my nails in the camera because they look a mess. Okay, so all right, so I actually have them written down so I don't lose track or forget or just start rambling, so I can keep myself focused. I wrote them down for you guys, and the first one is very important. The first one is actually the minimum, so it's like, if he's not doing this, sis, why is he even your man? Okay, this is a minimum. Okay, and number 1 would have to be, for me, and should be for everyone else too, respect. Okay, respect is just a minimum. Like Lauryn Hill said it in a song, literally, like, respect is just a minimum. And basically it's a minimum because if your man don't respect you, he not your man. Okay, that's just that. If a man doesn't respect you, he is not your man. That's just that. So and not only respect you, but respecting the ones that you love. So people that are dear to you, he should have basic respect for them as well. Like, you know, whoever is dear to you, whether it be your mom, your father, your grandparents, your cousins, your aunties, uncles, cousins, just everybody, you know, whoever you love, he should have basic respect. To have respect for, he should, okay, that didn't make any sense, but he should have basic respect for them. Okay. The second thing on my list is working on himself. Now, this doesn't even just have to be, you know, for you per se, but working on himself for himself. You know what I mean? He wants to become, him wanting to become a better version of himself for you. And I know this from experience. You know, if you didn't know, I've been married now for 10 months. It'll be a year in about 2 months. So yeah, we're almost at a year. And one thing that my husband actually told me himself was that, you know, I inspired him to want to be a better version of himself. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? For himself. So that's another thing that I believe, you know, if a guy is doing that, if he's working on himself for you and for himself, I truly believe that he loves you, because, you know, people don't change, and people don't change easily. So the fact that he's willing to work on a couple of things to make him, you know, a better version of himself, whether that be, you know, working on his patience, be anything. But if he's working, he's making changes, if you tell him something and he's willing to work on it to change because you don't like it, or, you know what I mean, it causes issues in your relationship and things like that, he's a keeper. All right, so okay, the third thing kind of ties in with the second one, but it is basically listening. Does your man listen to you? If he listens to you, I believe that he loves you, because it's really hard to find people who truly listen to you. If you think about it, like, truly listen to understand you and not to have a response. It's really, really hard to find people like that, let alone in a man. So if you find that in your man, that's your man, boo. But no, for real though, all jokes aside, literally, if you can find a man that truly listens to you, to understand you, so he can better, you know, maybe better communicate with you, you know what I mean, all that kind of stuff. If he's listening to you and he's taking what he's hearing and applying it to the relationship and to himself, that ties in with the last thing I said, you know, ties it into working, he applies it to working on himself. He loves you, sis. He loves you. He loves you, girl. And honestly, I feel like that's one of the most beautiful things to see, is when somebody actually is listening to you and paying attention to you. And not only, you know what I mean, to work on, you know, to better your relationship and stuff like that, but to make you happy. You know what I mean? If you telling him you like this and you like that, and then he actually goes and does that, girl. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, that is really beautiful. That's one of the most beautiful things in a relationship to me, is seeing, like, you know what I mean, if you're in a relationship and you, like, you know, when we argue, I don't like it when you raise your voice at me, and then the next time you argue, you notice that he's not raising his voice at you. Like, that's, he listening, okay? He paying attention. And I think that's really, You know what I mean? That's just something to look for in a partner. You know what I mean? It goes vice versa as well. Like, you know what I mean? A guy wants a woman that can do that, and women want men that can do that. But yeah, that's number, what number was that? That was number 3 on the list. So if he listening to you, you got to keep persist. Okay, the 4th thing on my list would have to be support. And support can be, you know, many different things. You know, somebody can support you in many different ways, whether it be mental support, emotional support, financial support, you know, all kind of support. It doesn't have to be, you know, all of them. You know what I mean? If he's supporting you, just trying to support you in any way, you know what I mean, that's good. So what's an example I want to use as support? I'm going to say, I want to use an example of support as building you up. So this can be a form of emotional and mental support. You know what I mean? You have a man who's just like your biggest fan. He always tells you how beautiful you look. He always, you know what I mean, he tells you when he appreciates something that you did, whether it be cook for him, clean for him. Actually, that's a different one. Hold on. That's like recognition, but you know what I mean? It all ties into support, because by him telling you those things, you know, it probably will make you feel good. You know, I know I like when my husband tells me, you know, I look nice, or I look good, or he likes, you know, or I smell good, or he likes, you know, the dinner I made, or he appreciates me, you know, doing dishes, or any little thing that, you know what I mean, that he is paying attention to, and appreciating, and, you know, building me up. You know, he's building me up with his words instead of tearing you down, because I feel like a lot of relationships nowadays are really, really toxic, and a part of that is guys tearing their women down instead of building them up. So yeah, if he's supporting you mentally, emotionally, financially, all of that, he's a keeper, sis. And financially doesn't necessarily mean like taking care of you, but it can be, you know what I mean, for your relationships. Some people's relationships, it literally involves their man taking care of them. But for my example, I'm basically saying, like, you know, if he takes you out to dinner, if he's, you know, getting your nails done, getting you a pedicure, things like that, you know, that's financial support, you know what I mean? Investing in your self-care. So yeah, if he do any of that, he a keeper. And then the last one, which is number 5. It's crazy because I feel like I'm starting to ramble, and I didn't want to start rambling, but this is like one of those topics that you can really just talk about forever. But number 5, to tie everything all together for me. So to me, this one is all of the other ones in one, basically. So number 5 is value you. Does your man value you? If he does value you, I feel like he truly loves you. And this is like, there's a saying where people say, like, you know, anybody can want you. Anybody can think you look good. Anybody can want you, you know, for your outer. But when your man really values you, that's the inner. So he's literally, you know, not only valuing your outer beauty, but your inner beauty as well. So, you know, your mind, he's really, like I said, he's paying attention to you. He's listening to you. He's appreciating you, and he's understanding a woman's worth. You know what I mean? He's knowing your worth. He's valuing you. So, is there any example that I can have for that? All of those all 1 through 4 are literally examples of him valuing you. He respects you. He listens to you. He supports you. He works on himself for you. All of that kind of stuff is him valuing you, literally. So I feel like I did a good job in tying that together. You know, the minimum is number 1, respect, and then number 5 is tying them all together, and your man is valuing you. And ladies, those are all, not all of the things, but those are some things that a man can and will do when he truly loves you. And I know how you women and ladies like to tussle, but don't attack me in the comments or anything like that, because these are really things that, you know what I mean, if you really know what healthy love is, you know that a man will do these things. Like, it's just a given. Like, these are not all the things, but these are definitely some of the things that he would do. That is, let me back up a little bit. Alright, y'all, and that is the end of the video. Those are the 5 things that I think that a man will do, and 5 ways you can tell when he truly loves you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I actually like making a video like this, just talking and having like, excuse me, girl chat. So yeah, I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, girls. Or should I say bye, ladies? Bye, boo. Bye, sis. Let me just say this real quick too before the video is over. I suck at doing an outro. Like, I don't really be knowing what to say, like how to end my video. Like, it's just so awkward to me. So to end this video, I'm just gonna say I'll see you guys in my next video, and I hope you enjoyed this one.